Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My
Damn,
name is
you're
Vamp.
fast.
What do you mean I'm fast?
You just not even a second after saying one.
In fairness, I'm
Give them time.
sorry.
It's okay, I love you.
But I'm Vamp, and I will be playing not Marcel for once. I'll be playing a funky real kind who loves arson named Nour. And I'm
Yeah.
joined today by my wonderful beloved friend Louis. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. It's me, local ghost of the Toonkind server, Lewis, also known as Bitch Bastard. I play Grem, who's also a bitch bastard, and if you don't know already, Grem and Nour are both part of the new campaign All is doing, which is Dreamer's Crest. So yeah, there may be some. Well, there is gonna be some references to the past sessions that we have done. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's not. Nothing's
Anyway,
fine.
this is set after the most recent episode of Dreamer's Crest. Everyone has presumably retired for the night at the inn, except Noor, who prefers to be sleeping out in out of the inn and by the fire. He set out his sleeping bag, which he does have as in his inventory, and he's sitting by the fire and kind of like lighting a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming this is gonna be at an hour where like pretty much everyone in the town is asleep,
Yep.
which is all fine and dandy. Uh, hey, well, can you do a perception check? Because we love those.
Okay. Let me see. His perception is not bad.
I would say that's enough since there is literally no sound around. You're someone walking towards you.
And Nor kind of takes a slow drag of his cigarette before his eyes like flick back to see who it is.
Just trying to be cool. Come on. It's Graham, obviously, since I'm the one who plays him. Yeah, Graham is just casually start like approaching you, and once like they're, I would say a meter away, they're just like, "Hey, mind if I join you?"
No, why would I mind that one glass of water?
Anyways, thanks.
If
And
it
then he
makes
just stood like across.
Graham feel better, even though Nor like winks as he says that he doesn't like. It's like, how should I put it? It's not like when someone's actually like actively
Mm-hmm.
trying to seduce you. It's just like it's just what he does.
Yeah, yeah. Graham has kind of caught that. And Graham doesn't care because Graham is not interested anyway.
Yeah, handshake. Nor and Graham not interested in each other.
Nerf. They're just like that.
They're just like that. And Nor like exhales a column of smoke, going. So why? What brings you outside at this hour?
uh, was just trying to relax a bit because, you know, and they gesture at the inn where m- most everyone is sleeping. And, like the rest of the squad is a little bit hyperactive,
Yeah.
considering most of them are tunes.
Yeah, and like
And
you first.
no, you.
No, you.
Too late.
Fine. Nor's just like, yeah, tunes, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you seem like the the calmest of them all.
Well, I'm pretty chaotic by real kind standards, I've been told, but suppose even I don't hold a candle to a tune. Takes another, like, drag off his cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I am casually going to say this that Graham, like, since they're just like kind of chilling, not doing much, and they're also like right next to a camp, like to a fire, so you like Nour can just see Graham taking off their big ass coat. You can do the perception check if you want, but I'm just giving you this that hey, Graham looks way more like a twig than they do when they have their coat on.
Nor barks like a harsh, like it's like his laugh. It's kind of like his squawk basically when he left, and he's just like, "Oh my fires, you're a twink."
I wouldn't use that word, but
Or
why does that shock you?
well, all right, Mr. Twig, you look like a
I'm not a
bear and you
mister.
have the coat on.
Well, I guess you should have paid more attention.
That's true, but well, and here he kind of like looks at like Crem and grins and goes, "I didn't expect you to start stripping in front of me."
I will rather not. Anyways, and they're just gonna ignore that statement as much as they can. And second weird thing is that their cut is extremely big. Their bag looks pretty full, and yet they open their bag and put the cut in, and the bag does not look different afterwards.
I'm actually gonna roll Arcana real quick, which will be okay. That's a 7. Nor just blinks and goes, "What? I thought you were a real kind, not a tune. What's up with that little hammer space of
I
yours?"
I'm not a tune, but this is not a hammer space. Thank you very much. You wanna come look?
Oh, of course. And thankfully, he does hold back from a comment this time because he has noticed that Grem doesn't like being flirted with. And Nor's just like, well, if he doesn't like react to being flirted with, like, that's just a waste of
Mm-hmm.
effort.
Yeah. And so once Nour is close enough, Graham is gonna continue with their talking. And so hey, bags of folding.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a modified one, and they open their bag and uh, do you want to take a closer look at inside the bag?
Yes, of course, 100%.
Good, because when Graham opens the bag, you look inside, and there's a whole ass room in there.
Nor tilts their head, like, left to right, and then looks at Graham, and then, like, gestures at the room, and it's just like, hello?
Yeah, this is my shop.
Oh, you sell stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things?
Mostly curse stuff. There is a bit of other kinds of magical items and other things, mostly curse stuff.
Mhm. I'm. I am tempted to roll history.
You can do that if you want.
Okay, let me roll a history. No, okay, not one. Nor does not remember. Nor is just like, wow, curse merchant, and does not remember anything. He does not remember anything. We're just gonna casually like put that aside. They don't remember anything. That's a not fucking one.
Yeah, they've never seen a cursed item merchant before.
Yeah, that's so curious. They keep like Graham, you see Nor like looking at the room, and like Nor It seems Nour has this habit is when they're curious like this, they keep tilting their head like from left to right and left to right.
Oh god. If you
Well,
want, you can come inside.
are you trying to get a customer right now?
No, that will be stupid.
All right, then I'll come in.
Hold
Because
on, I
Nour,
wanna roll this. I wanna roll deception.
God,
Hold on, what is Grem's deception? Give me a second.
I'm gonna laugh.
Grem is a merchant. Of course, they're gonna try to get as many customers as possible. Um, 17.
Too bad for Graham. Nour's broke. He used
Listen. Hmm?
he used his GP recently to buy something from Clark's.
Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, it's fine because, like, if Nour gets interested in something, the moment they get money, it's possible that they will come back to, come buy something.
hmm Yeah, and Nour steps into the store and looks around,
Yeah.
just like, man,
So,
I have.
I just gotta paint a picture for people here. Generally, when Graham opens their store to people, they grab their bag, they go next to a wall, and then they pin the bag open so that it's the size of an entrance. The thing is, sometimes there are just no walls around, or they just need to go get something and stuff. So when you enter like that, it's kind of like crawling through a pretty tight hole. Thankfully, you have some pillows on the ground for these occasions.
Okay, I'm actually gonna roll something real quick, cause oh god,
Hmm.
time is pieces. 11. Nor's fine. He's fine.
Okay,
He
good.
gets out on the other side, and he's only a little like, ugh.
Hmm. So, you can roll perception, but like it's a very low DC for this.
Say that and jinx it. Oh, 15. Nice.
Yeah, so you turn around and you see that Graham is not following you inside. They're staying at the entrance. They're like kind of halfway inside, but they're staying outside.
What? Scared that I'm going to run off with one of your items?
What? No, it's just more scared of someone running off with my bag.
Ah, has it happened before? And now he's grinning as he like takes a drag of a cigarette.
You will be surprised how many times this has happened.
Not gonna lie, Chief, I probably have done that myself.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it happens while I was inside the bag.
Oh no, you poor baby.
No, trust me, the other person was way more terrified than I was.
And at that, Nor gives like a laugh before he starts examining the wares. And he goes,
Mhm.
you know, I ran across a cursed item once.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Grem is immediately interested in this.
yeah, I believe you know the mass strings of shrinking.
Oh god. Another perception? You can even you can roll insight actually for this.
It's the same as perception, 18.
Aiden, great. You talk about rings of shrinking, and you immediately see Graham's face get paler than it is already.
What? Aren't those basically right up your alley? You're a cursed item merchant.
They are, but have you seen how terrifying those things are?
I have. I know.
Mm. They
And
share a nod.
And Nor just like looks at like Grem and is just like, well, I didn't put it on myself.
So you see, like the little gears turning around in Grem's head, and then suddenly when they realize what Nour is saying, they're just like, "Oh gods, you will put someone through this?"
Well, they were coming on really strong, and they kept, you know how some nobles are,
I
size.
mean, fair enough, but a ring of shrinking?
You'd be surprised at how ready they were for it when you'd be surprised at how much they deserve it. And
Oh
before
boy.
get the horrified look of your face, I got the ring off again for a price.
Mm-hmm. Gods. And also, just a little note for people who don't know what a ring of shrinking is. It's an actual D&D item, and I'm gonna say this with the least terrible description as I can muster, but basically, you put the ring on, and it can make you shrink and go back to your size. But so you can shrink and the ring shrinks with you. But if you try to go back to your normal size, the ring does not come back to normal size with you. So you know what? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it,
Graham may or may not have tried out a ring of shrinking because they did not know what it was when they found one, the first one,
God,
and there may have been an accident. Thankfully, they didn't lose any fingers.
yeah. Nurse just like shrugging, like, hey, I mean, s- I got rid of the ring right after, but it did not
Mm-hmm.
mean a decent amount of cash. Hey, thank you for thinking I'm terrifying, though.
Yeah, no problem. Just remember to not bring me any ring of shrinking. That's the only item I don't accept.
Mm-hmm. And he kind of like looks around and cursed items, and it's just, man, people really are obsessed with things that can hurt them, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there are a lot of benefits to them.
True, but they're not called cursed items or nothing.
Yeah, but congratulations, you have activated Graham's hyperfixation, and they're not going to start trembling. The thing is, like, if you know how to use a cursed item, even the curse can be turned to help you.
And Nour kind of like considers this for a moment and goes, but not all cursed items are equal, are they? I mean, you just admitted
Oh
it
no,
yourself.
absolutely not.
Rings of shrinking are the one item you want to set. There's really no there's really no balancing out that drawback, even if it
Yeah,
does
but
like what you shrink.
as you have shown, they may, even if I despise them, they do make excellent devices of torture.
Yeah, that they do. And he grins and like takes a drag from a cigarette and goes, all I had to do was bat my eyes at him and get down on one knee and said that I was offering a ring for as proof of our love.
Mm-hmm. And people are really like that, huh?
Yeah. Honestly, the ring was very obviously cursed. Anyone could have seen it.
Well, except them, apparently.
Yeah, well, I like to think that I left them with a lesson.
Yeah, you sure did, didn't you?
Yeah, and again, it's not like he didn't deserve it. I make it a point to only con people who do.
Mm-hmm. You know
Mhm.
what? Fair enough. I'm not gonna question any of this, especially considering things I did. Anyways, and just a quick question. Do you want to take any closer look to any of the items?
Yeah, sure. He'll
Okay.
take it.
So
Hold on. Let me open
you
it up.
can roll a d14 to see which item you found.
Okay. All right. Man, I did not expect this to happen when we started the FPS, but I'm living for it.
Okay, so As 6, you you find a spork. This is literally the combination of a spoon and a fork.
Nour kind of picks it up and looks at it and goes, "Is the cursed part the fact that this is a crime? This is a crime to humanity itself?"
Oh no, no. Um so this is called the never-ending spork of stench. This is actually like one of my, I would say, tuniest cursed item. It
Oh, what does it do?
basically, if you have any kind of food vessel, um, you you can use that spork to summon some kind of girl, and like the second you eat it, will you will believe it to be like the most delicious type of food you have ever eaten, and it is highly nutritious. Um, Unfortunately, so it is good to have it when you fall short of any food, because obviously it can create food, so it's real good, right? But when you start eating it, you cannot eat anything else other than that, and it also makes you stink.
Nour's looking at this and then he's just like, ah, probably not an item that I would get then. After all, I relies heavily on my natural charm, and he winks at Grem, and I don't imagine King's going to help me much in that aspect.
Oh, definitely not. No, no. Like, I
Well
mean,
then,
we'll talk to someone who stinks.
well then, Sir Merchant, do you have anything you'd recommend to a charlatan like me?
Mm, for a guy like you, and they kind of look around, like outside, and like you can see them thinking about something, and then they decide to come inside to come join you and look at the stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since you love to put rings on people, and they grab a little pair of simple iron rings, and they look completely alike.
Oh.
But mhm,
And Nurse looking at this, and he is definitely interested.
okay. So those are called the rings of fortune and misfortune. And I think you will really like these because, well, as the name suggests, one brings you misfortune and the other brings you fortune. But in a way, uh, well, the reason one of them brings misfortune is because it sends all the luck of the person wearing it to the person wearing the ring of fortune.
And at that, Nur does like chuckle and go, "Oh, that's ingenious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
Unfortunately,
is
as you can see, they look exactly alike.
they do, don't they? Would be kind of hard. Would be kind of a hard sell because they're made of iron, and people would obviously prefer something made of gold. But I could talk someone around good, and he is like looking at it, and he's just like, "I could use more luck. Heaven knows I could use more of that."
I mean, I am pretty sure if you use some kind of spell to make them look differently, you could make them pass for gold rings.
Well, yes, I could use minor illusion for that, but
Exactly.
well, there is a risk of putting an illusion on these rings because as soon as the customer, and here you can hear the air quotations around customer,
Mm-hmm.
is far up enough of range and the illusion wears off. Well, obviously, well, obviously. obviously they will notice that the ring has turned from gold to iron, and then they would probably take
That's
off the
fair.
ring in anger. So
That's
not
fair.
sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
I can, and he considers perhaps I can do that manually too.
Yeah. And if that interests you, I'm pretty sure I can find a way to tell you which one is the Ring of Fortune and which one of Misfortune.
Please do, and he grins. That would be very nice actually.
Ooh,
And I
that's
don't
gonna take me
suppose
a while.
and I don't suppose I can convince you to give me a discount.
Oh, no, no, no. This is a unique item in my shop.
Ah,
Well, unless I find another pair, but for now. Yeah, these ones are 75 gold pieces.
I'm afraid I recently spent my money on something in Glorp store here like Nour size. But I can
Perhaps
probably
when you get more money, you will be interested in purchasing these?
oh yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Mhm.
Well, unless
And
someone buys them first, but
and
it's a pretty high price.
he narrows his eyes at Grem and goes, "Watch me."
God, they do actually snorted that.
And he's just like, "Come, well, anything else in this? Actually, what's your favorite cursed item in stock right now?"
Ooh, I am not sure. There is a lot of items to like. Um, oh, but I do like these. And they grab a bracelet that it's pretty. It's like it's a nice bracelet. And so this one is called a Balance bracelet. And so when you put it on, you can choose two other people that you know that are around you, and you choose these two people, and a copy of the bracelet is gonna appear on them too. And so what it does is that everything that happens to one of you is gonna happen to the others, basically.
And Nora like looks at this and goes, "Well, I suppose it's useful in team situations, or if you want to piggyback off someone's own skill."
Hmm. It can also be a pretty good prank, I would say. Once again, if you know how to use it.
He he nods. Goes, "Not quite my cup of tea. I'm not really a team person by nature, but it is a very interesting cursed item."
Hmm. Well, I have a lot of other stuff that you might like, but I'm not sure what you will be looking for.
And he considers this before. Got anything for healing?
Ooh, for healing, I do got one thing, and they actually go like they get closer to their little counter at the back of their shop, and they grab a little bottle, and like it looks like a pretty big vial, and I think this is yeah, this is pretty much the one thing in my shop for now that is the closest to willing.
And he looks at it, and it looks like a normal healing potion. And then he just looks at
Mm-hmm.
Grem and is just like, "All right, what's the catch?"
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, obviously there is a catch. I cannot hide this from you. So do you know about Vial of Renewal?
I'm gonna roll Arcana to see if he does.
Mm-hmm.
17. Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, "Oh, the vial that requires you to make a concentration save every time you drink it.
Well, yeah, this is kind of the same thing, as in, you can put literally any liquid inside of this bottle, and it will become a healing potion. But even though it heals more than your usual vial of renewal, if you get like if you have a little trouble drinking it, you will start to get tired more and more. Like
Mm,
the more you drink it, the more you get tired if you don't know how to handle it. And if you get if it starts to get too much for you, you will in fact fall into a small coma.
uh, and he kind of like nods at that and goes, "Yeah, figures it, figures the catch would be something like that."
Hmm. Yeah, this is called the vial of rest for obvious reasons.
Hmm.
And generally, the coma doesn't last very long. Like I would say up to 4 days, depending on the person.
And he kind of looks at it and goes, "Well, I suppose it would be a very good investment for someone who's." And he kind of like pauses and thinks how to word it before finally settling on, like Petra.
Yeah, I will think Petra could probably handle this well.
Yeah, I'm not exactly known for my and like he winces as he says this, and Grem probably has no idea what Nour's talking about because Nour hasn't they haven't been in combat yet.
Hold on, you know what? Let me do a little, I would say, perception for this.
Or history, either or.
Hmm?
You can also roll a history if you like.
Well, as you said, they haven't gotten into any fight yet.
Yeah, but there has been moments where that has shown that Nora's dexterity is extremely bad.
That's fair. Although, also, I have a little thing in mind of what
Oh,
of how
okay.
Graham could react.
All right, all right.
And so, hold on, perception. Oh, that's a 16.
Yeah.
You see Graham look Nor up and down, and they say, "You know what? Yeah, you will probably not be able to even drink one sip."
Hey, I will take this from you. You're skinnier than I am.
And at least I know the stuff I carry.
Mm. And he gives a little pout and he crosses his arms. Don't
Oh,
tease
come
me
on.
like that.
Hold on, let me look for something that might be better for you.
God. Hey, Lewis, can I ask something real quick?
Absolutely.
When Nora told Graham not to tease him like that, cross his arms, did Graham feel any sort of deja vu?
You know what? I'm gonna roll his story. Oh, that is a +7.
Holy shit, that's a 22.
Oh, Graham absolutely thinks of someone. But mm, you see Graham squint at you for a few seconds, but with their mask and also one eye covered, you are not sure if they are just smiling like a smug little bastard, of if they are actually trying to search for something.
Hmm.
You can roll perception to determine.
Alright, I'm rolling
Or
perception.
insight, but it's the same.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah. So you know they are definitely trying to look for something.
Okay. And he's gonna wait and he's gonna smoke. And he's actually pleasantly surprised that Graham lets him smoke in the store.
Well, I mean, it's fine. The bag is open. And like they're just casually talking. Grem is not in service.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like takes a slow drag kind of cigarette and goes, "Oh, what's a real kind doing in Nanquil?"
Um, trying out, I would say, a new life. Well, off of that, I'm still merchant, but you know, meeting new people, uh, finding new stuff to sell.
And how's that been going for you? I imagine finding customers to buy cursed items is much easier here in Nanquil than it would be back in, well, Feruma or anywhere.
Oh, honestly, I have less people than I used to have.
Ah,
And
really?
yeah, also, most, like, I would say a good percentage of my customers were children here, which is a little bit weird to me because that didn't happen before, but
Did
you
you
know, if
still
they,
sell to them?
well, I mean, I do give them instructions on
But
how
did
to
you
use the
still sell
items.
to them?
Yes.
And he just like he kind of just like takes another drag of a cigarette and goes, "Dan,
It's fine. I don't give them the most dangerous stuff.
I suppose that's fair."
Mm-hmm.
Are they at least accompanied by their parents or something when they come by stuff?
Graham looks away. Anyways, let's find something else for you.
And like, and like Nour's just like chuckling like behind Graham, like, "Oh my god!"
Listen, they can't help it. They cannot make children come with their parents all the time. And, you know, a client is a client.
Client is a client.
Mm-hmm. So, next item they go through. You see Graham grab a big cloak and then they come back towards you with it.
What is this? And he kind of looks at the cloak.
Well, it's it is a cloak of false protection, and it is pretty useful for a time at least. Where the first time you put it on, you are basically invincible. Well, not really invincible, but you will definitely be hard to it with other stuff. At least the first time. How it works is that as soon as you take one kind of damage, let's say you take ice damage, like someone hits you with an ice spell. The first time they do that, you are not going to feel anything, like completely invincible to it. And then the second time they're gonna hit you with that spell, uh you're gonna be tingling a little. Like it's gonna like you're just gonna get it, but you know, not too bad. Third time they hit you, you start taking more damage. And that continues until the resistance to that damage drops completely. And
And
it does that for every single kind of damage.
he's looking at this and he's just like, "Well, I mean, it'd certainly be useful in emergency situations or when I'm
Exactly.
running away." Have you used this cloak before?
Um, I have, in fact, I did use one, but I dropped it when it was halfway through. Well, naturally dropped it, but let's just say I gave it to someone while telling them about all the benefits of this Coke.
And not any of the drawbacks.
Oh no. They didn't even know that I used it prior to that.
Oh my, oh my fires! What did they do to you?
Well, you don't try to steal from a merchant like me.
Oh my! I don't think you have a leg to stand on for being terrified of my ring trinket.
Hey, listen, I don't know what to tell you. Like, someone tries to steal from me, I have to give them something, right?
That's certainly a better warning than any threat could be.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine they probably chat a little more about cursed items and such.
Yeah, go through the rest of the stack.
Yeah, and Nour isn't cursed item hyper fixated like Rem is, but they do have a pretty damn high arcana, so they can hold conversation with Grem about it.
Yeah.
And as they chat, Nour's just if things aren't as good with your store here in Unquil than it is back and wherever you came from, why don't you just go back?
Mm, perception for this.
13.
13? Hmm. Well, you see something, but you don't see everything. So you see just Graham stop in their tracks. And they have their back turned to you, so you are not sure what they're doing, but they are certainly thinking about something. Um, well, let's just say that some people don't like me very much.
Uh, and he doesn't know what to say to that. He doesn't know what to say to that. Just quiet. And then he goes, if it's, well, there's no better place to run than Unquil, considering how crazy this place gets.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's been pretty fun so far. And the people that I've met, some of them were, you know, not that great, but honestly considering my line of work, I'm not surprised.
And 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 Nour's just like, and what do you think about this new Dreamer Crest crew?
Well, they're pretty nice, but um I don't know if I'll stay here for too long. Maybe for a little while.
Yeah, can't say I blame you. They're pretty nice and all, and I can't refuse having a house and citizen paper. It saves me the
Mhm.
trouble of having to forge them. But, well, you know, the world calls.
Yeah, exactly. And
And,
I mean, I do already have a house, and they gesture at their everything since they're in the bag.
and he's just lucky.
I sure
No,
am.
no, maybe I should tag along the next time you go and decide to sell something. I could convince people to buy them for you. And he winks. Perfect.
Tempting. We will see about that. But I wanted to take a little, more of a look at that mountain we went in. I'm pretty sure I could find some good stuff in there.
Cursed items, you mean?
Obviously, I mean that.
Uh,
Yeah,
and
even the people in the mountain are cursed.
that's true. Who knows? Maybe when we find a way to break their curse or whatever, I don't know. They might have an item on them that's cursed, and he kind of us. Not that this isn't really his like um department.
Interesting. There's also that weird liquid we faced. You know, that stone that turns people to stone and shit. I may try to get some of that if it's possible.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And Nora kind of like takes a little drag of cigarette, goes out and goes. But the people here in this town seem like good people. I do wonder what's up with that mountain, though.
I
It's
mean, like,
it's well, we didn't go down to the lower levels. Not that I want to. And well, just curious if the first upper two levels already had those weird liquids and cursed cannons. I do wonder about the lower levels.
we could always ask tomorrow.
Yeah, we could. Now, though, aren't you tired at all? It is kind of a late hour.
um, not really. I mean, I do tend to travel a lot, so I guess I got used to, staying up.
Uh, alright.
I'm even gonna give this to you because you have rolled many times already, but yeah, Grem themselves uh are not really sure about why they are not tired, even though it's probably past midnight at this point.
You. Hmm. I'm gonna roll on camera real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Oh boy. That is 22. Mm-hmm. Vamp, my beloved.
Yes, I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
was
are you
like,
gonna do with that arcana?
I don't know, Lewis. Nor's trying to think of whether or not he can remember and if he can like try and puzzle out like any like magical cause as to why Krem isn't tired.
Well, honestly, with that 22, I would say that you're taking cues of everything that's happened so far and what you know. So it's maybe that Graham has accidentally cursed themselves with like a very minor curse.
Yeah,
Maybe since they're the one who went into the liquid in the mountain, maybe the liquid is having that effect on them. Or
yeah,
maybe it's something else that they didn't tell you about.
yeah. Nor's like thinking all this and goes, "Has this been happening since before you came to Dreamer's Crest, or?"
Um Not sure. And I'm gonna roll history for reasons that I know, and because like you would assume that Graham would know if that has been happening before, but don't worry about it.
That's a
Oh,
net
that's a
20,
net
Lewis.
20. So Graham can absolutely tell you. Yeah, it has happened for. Well, I will say it has happened maybe ever since I came to Inkwell.
Alright, so it's likely not that lake you dove in. Have you considered that you might be cursed right now?
Oh, that's very probable, but it's not really bothering me, so.
And Nor's just looking at Grem like, if it's preventing you from sleeping, there might be other effects.
Well, it's not affecting me in a negative way,
As far as you know.
as far as I know.
And like
Think.
Nor's just like rubbing like a hand on his temple and it's just like, do you have no sense of self preservation at all?
If I did, I wouldn't be doing this job.
You know what? I actually don't have a response to that. Fair enough.
Look at them. Graham is stupid.
Grem is very stupid, and Nour's just like, oh my fire, you're going to die an
They are
early
so
death.
so smart, but also so dumb.
Yeah, he's just like, you're going to put yourself into an early grave.
I'm gonna roll something. They don't react to that. They just do a little chuckle.
Uh,
Probably.
well, unlike,
But I mean, it's like honestly, I'm living a pretty good life. So what happens happens.
unlike some maybe cursed people, I do need my sleep, so this has been fun, but I should probably retire to my bedroom. Or like, kind of
Mm,
like, cracks his neck and rolls his shoulders. See you in the morning then.
yeah. Goodbye to you, fiery guy.
Goodbye to you, cursed merchant. And Nor
Yeah.
kind of like leaves the
Yeah. I
shop.
think they both walk out because, like, Graham is in fact going to follow Nour inside of the inn and going to their own room
Oh,
because,
Nor isn't going back inside the inn. He's
boo,
in his bedroll by the fire.
well, then he's doing a good sleep outside. But Graham does go inside the inn and to their room because, as they have said to Nour, sometimes people like to steal their bags since it's, supposedly unattended.
Yeah. And I think that about ends our FPS, unless you want to do something, Lewis.
I don't think of anything. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, okay. So that about ends our FPS. Thank you everyone
Yeah.
for listening. We hope you have fun.
Thank you, Winona. Thank you, X, for being the listeners today.
Yee.